Hello, Lieutenant Kayla Detmer here from Star Trek Discovery, here to ask you to join in with Commodore Ty to discover the world of pop culture. The adventure has begun.
Incoming message from Commodore Ty.
Hello, this is your Commodore Ty Coles here, your commanding officer to all things pop culture, especially the nerdy stuff. Well, with another breaking news with...
Sir, I'm picking up a ship's disaster beacon.
Put it on the main viewer.
I need help! No, I'm not dealing with teenagers this time!
Okay, so I'm heading over to Vile Mike to help him out because I really didn't want to have to talk about the Amber Heard situation. As long as we get a good Aquaman movie, I could care less if she's hired or fired. Transporter room, prepare to beam me over to Vile Mike's.
Well, you all must have heard I'm a real nerd. People say I'm a fool, but they never got the news that I'm a vile one. Oh yeah, I'm a vile one. You better turn it up, better keep the channel dialed, cause you're watching Vile Mike and his real wild child. Oh yeah, I'm a vile one. You better turn it up, better keep the channel dialed, cause you're watching Vile Mike and his real wild child.
Alright, now that everyone's seated, Carrie, you want to tell them what episode we watched this time?
Space Seed!
Which is the introduction of...
Con!
Yes. Thank you, I didn't need that eardrum.
Here. I don't want to lose my hearing.
I scared the shit out of you, didn't I? I am sorry, Quinn.
Okay, we don't need this to go on that long. Yes, we're watching the fan favorite of Ricardo Montalban.
Who?
Ricardo Montalban!
Apparently hot 60s dude.
Fine Corinthian leather.
Accessing.
Yes, even rich Corinthian leather.
The plane, boss! The plane!
Accessing.
What?
God, you guys are young.
Oh, God, man. And I thought I was the young one here.
Well, the episode starts out with the Enterprise receiving a signal from a strange craft that turns out to be a spaceship built in the 1990s from Earth.
Wait, that ship was built in the 1990s?
That was before I was freaking born!
Yeah, before you people, we actually had replicators, real phasers. Your generation killed it all.
Excuse me, I am the phaser queen!
No kidding, I've heard it several times.
Yes, father. When am I getting a phaser?
Too early for that gag.
Shut up.
Apparently, the 1990s, in the Star Trek universe, they had something called the Eugenics Wars.
The mid-1990s was the era of your last so-called World War. The Eugenics Wars.
And super people were taking over the planet and all that good stuff, which I don't remember from the 90s, but then again, I was a teenager. What about you, Ty?
I have no recollection of living under a dictatorship.
Y'all are lame.
I mean, yeah, we're constantly dealing with that.
Eugenics? What's that?
A can of worms.
And we ain't gonna open it.
Oh, nope.
So we have a brief funny line about McCoy asking if he has a choice to go on the away mission or not. Kirk just says no.
Bridge is yours, Mr. Spock. Care to join the landing party, Doctor?
Well, if you're actually giving me a choice,
I'm not.
If you're giving me a choice, no. God, Kirk is apparently my dad.
I don't know if I want to be compared to Shatner right now.
But he's shatastic.
So they're joined in the transporter room with the ship's historian, and they beam over to the Botany Bay, and the entire crew is in suspended animation. Because according to the historian, they needed suspended animation until faster than light travel was developed 2018.
Suspended animation.
Uh-huh. I've seen no photographs of this. Necessary because of the time involved in space travel until about the year 2018.
Faster than light travel was developed in 2018? Why didn't I hear about this?
Space Force?
Yeah.
I knew they were real. Okay, then where's my hot Vulcan boyfriend?
You're not allowed to Vulcan any boyfriend.
And wait, I thought you wanted a girlfriend.
Any gender will work.
Wow. I'm beginning to think Star Trek does not take place in the real world.
You think? One of the pods starts to activate, but it ends up malfunctioning.
Glad Kirk is able to break into the suspension chamber so easily.
And Lieutenant McGivers is really having the hots for him.
I don't get 60s attraction, apparently.
He's kind of hot.
How do you not get 60s attraction? You have a love thing for Spock.
Spock is the exception. Shut up.
Spock is also hot.
I'm glad we can agree on this. This is why you're my best friend.
Computer, let's see what made Spock so popular to begin with.
Accessing.
Six times. On a personal note, when this episode first aired, the amount of fan mail I was receiving increased enormously. Perhaps letting the emotional walls down opened Spock up to the fans. In any case, The Naked Time stands among the favorite episodes of most fans, and dramatically, one of our best.
So the guy wakes up, but he won't tell him his name yet. They bring the survivor back to the Enterprise, and McCoy saves his life. Yay!
What if one of those lives I saved down there is a child who grows up to be the next Adolf Hitler, or can't sing?
So there were 72 survivors on board, and 30 of them were women. I wonder why Scotty was counting.
12 units have malfunctioned, leaving 72 still operating. 30 of those are women.
I guess he was checked one of their ample nacelles, if you know what I mean.
I mean, I wouldn't mind doing that too.
Super Lady nacelles. There's a joke in there somewhere, and I can't think of it.
Ew.
Back on the bridge, Spock is giving Kirk a little lesson in what the Botany Bay means, it being a penal colony in Australia.
We need some for the shadowing.
All right, funny. Back in sickbay, McCoy is giving Kirk a report, and why is there a spray bottle on the medical tray? What is with spray bottles and TOS? I've never seen a hospital where they're like, surgeon, I need a spray bottle.
They gotta put that tan on somehow.
So the lady gets called in, and Kirk berates her for getting distracted on the mission.
Is Kirk really giving a dressing down to a crew member for getting gagas over some alien?
So the survivor wakes up, and the first thing he notices is a bunch of medical instruments pinned up on the wall. Why are medical instruments displayed like weapons?
Oh, it's simple. It's so that the survivor can threaten McCoy with it.
Well, either choke me or cut my throat. Make up your mind. It would be most effective if you would cut the carotid artery just under the left ear. Like a brave man. I was simply trying to avoid an argument.
All right, you know what? I have to admit, that is some ballsy talk from McCoy. I kind of like it.
My respect for McCoy has gone up 2%.
Only 2?
After everything, the survivor finally says that his name is Khan.
Wait, he is Khan.
Yeah.
The Khan.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, that Khan.
Correct.
Grown for all eternity in the center of a dead planet. Buried alive. Buried alive.
Oh my god!
And then Kirk gives Khan access to the computer systems. I'm sure that won't bite him in the ass.
Then we have Khan go into McGiver's quarters for some one-on-one time with her.
He was acting kinda creepy.
Really creepy.
Yeah.
So we do a quick cut to Kirk and McCoy, which doesn't really add anything to the plot. And then we cut back to Khan and McGivers.
What's her name? McGivers?
McGivers.
McGivers.
Thank you. McGivers.
MacGyver, sir.
McGivers.
Did I say it wrong twice in a row?
Yes.
McGivers.
I hate my brain.
Yes.
Then we cut back to Khan and McGivers. I said it again. What the fuck? So we cut back to Khan and the historian lady.
McGivers.
Shut up, I couldn't say the damn name.
With a bunch of other paints, she finds out that she's painting him.
And then she kisses Khan.
I still can't believe that's the Khan.
Yes, it's the Khan.
The Khan!
Yes.
Sounds like you almost had the hots for him.
No, I just know through osmosis that he's one of the greatest villains in all of sci-fi.
All right, so we move on to a dinner with the command staff and Khan. And he's easily tricked into revealing his full name and title and that he's one of the old eugenics warlords.
Well, with the tactics of Spock and Kirk, they were able to trick the superior man, Khan, to admitting who he really was.
So much for superior.
It's almost like no one's superior to anyone else.
Wrong?
Well, at least Spock is.
We cut to another scene between the historian lady and Khan.
He goes from being progressive...
Go. Or stay, but do it because it is what you wish to do.
...to abusive in no time at all.
I guess Lieutenant McGivers likes it rough.
Ew!
Hey, I don't kink shame.
I mean, she's not the only one.
So they go to a meeting and discuss what they've learned.
I would say, in my opinion, what McCoy pulled earlier, because of what we know now, makes my respect for him go up to 18%.
Still only 18%? That's far too low.
It's 18% up. I've never said actually how much respect for him I have.
So we got a scene between Kirk and Khan, and Kirk's like, he doesn't believe him at all, so he's gonna drop him off at the nearest starbase and let them deal with him.
They gave Khan a red shirt.
Well, with the percentage of red shirts dying, I think it was wishful thinking on their part.
Maybe if this was season 2, that would make more sense.
Accessing.
I just think he destroyed his top with the MacGyver girl.
Destroyed his top? Oh, God!
Ew!
I love how you got that.
Yes.
I really didn't get that at first. Alright.
Ew! Why am I friends with you?
I like Spock?
Oh yeah, makes sense.
Alright. After the scene, Kirk orders a single security guard to watch over Khan.
Does he not know how poorly trained they are?
It's almost like he wanted him to break out.
And surprising, absolutely no one. He opens the door and promptly knocks the guard out.
After Khan flat out knocks out the security guard, he heads towards the transport room where Lieutenant McGivers has already taken it hostage so he can beam back towards his ship so he can wake up the people that used to follow him 200 years ago. And for some reason, he changes his uniform.
Maybe he knew what a red shirt meant? We did not plan that out. That was funny. Alright, so now that he has access to his crew, they beam back over to the Enterprise and they take over engineering.
With Shatner's brilliance of giving him access to the computers earlier, I guess that bit him in the ass.
After life support gets cut off from the bridge, the crew passes out from lack of air, and Khan is able to fully take over.
But in the next scene, because he does not know how all the tech works, the crew is still needed to run the ship.
Your training to operate a vessel this complex.
Where is Captain Kirk?
To get them to cooperate, Khan has placed Kirk in the decompression chamber and says he'll kill him unless the crew obeys him. He says he wants to be taken to a colony world where he can lead. But these are Starfleet officers. No one listens.
Even after they'd slap around Uhura.
Wait, what? How dare they? So, Lieutenant McGivers saves Kirk by betraying the people she betrayed her captain for.
I think that makes sense.
Kirk is able to break out Spot.
Alright.
Apparently Spot Colin.
Or Cerberus.
That's Data's
Spock.
cat, not the Vulcan on the Enterprise.
So Kirk is able to break out Spock, and with help they're able to get gas into the ventilation.
But yet, Khan, using his Imperial intellect, was able to escape the gas and head to engineering.
Kirk goes after him, but then...
He broke a phaser. Did he really just break a phaser? I don't know if I should find that cool, or if I should scream blasphemy.
I'm terrified of you.
You are really too phaser hungry, and I'm scared sometimes.
Cool, terrified, scared.
Sometimes I question why I'm your friend.
Alright, so this ends up as a fist fight between Kirk and Khan. It's kind of the worst choreographed fighting I've ever seen.
Well, technically, it's the worst choreographed fight you've ever seen between two men stunt doubles.
True. Kirk basically wins, though, by whipping out an impromptu weapon.
I know which impromptu weapon Kirk would have whipped out.
Ew!
All right.
Apparently this is gross out catty.
After the badly fought scene, we have a hearing. I guess it's another case for Law and Order Starfleet Victims Unit.
Space may be the final frontier, but there is still crime around. Dealing with the Federation, there are two powerful but equal groups. The security officers to investigate and the JAG officers to prosecute the guilty. These are their stories.
Dun, dun.
Okay, so at the end of the episode, they have a court-martial where instead of charging and throwing Kano in the brig and throwing away the key, they decide to abandon him on a planet. And Lieutenant McGivers decides to go with him.
Oh, wait. He abused her. She betrayed him. And yet they still want each other.
The power of super boners.
Ew!
And in the final scene, Spock basically foreshadows the movie.
Would be interesting, Captain, to return to that world in 100 years and learn what crop had sprung from the seed you planted today.
Fire!
Sure, get those shields up.
Trying, sir.
Use your respirator!
Yes, Mr. Spock. It would indeed.
End of episode. All right, since Ty was the last one to join, how about you tell us what you thought of the episode?
It's one of my favorite episodes in especially season 1, and it leads to possibly the greatest Star Trek movie ever.
It's definitely a pretty good episode. Not great, but definitely above
average.
Average. Thank you. At least in my opinion. What about you, Caddy?
Con.
Elaborate.
Do I need to say more? Con.
Does that mean you liked it or not?
What about Khan?
Okay, though I haven't seen a lot of Star Trek, I can see why Khan is so universally loved within the Star Trek community. And I can see how he got his own movie. And yes, in my opinion, I think this was a very good episode.
Quinn, what about you?
I actually didn't watch the episode. No idea what's going on. I was kind of dragged in and is reading the script.
The magic of friendship!
Please don't hurt me.
The only thing I would want to add at the end was, since we're watching the remastered version, I really did like the beauty shots of the Botany Bay. It looked really cool. Anything else we want to add to that, Ty?
No, but you got to remember that great part of when he busted the phaser.
Blasphemy!
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and beam you back over to your own digital set.
But don't forget to subscribe to the Commodore Ty channel. Links in the description.
Seriously, do it, or feel the wrath of Caddy.
Thanks for having to save me with having to deal with 2 teenagers this episode. I appreciate it, man.
No problem.
Bye!
Thank you, Vile Mike, for having me on. If you haven't subscribed to Vile Mike yet, please do so. His channel's link will be in the description below. But for now, I'm going to be off doing my own stuff right now. But me and Mike, we'll be working on a lot more in the near future. So, for your Commodore Ty calls, live long and prosper. Hailing frequencies close.
Thank you for watching the video. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, watch one of my many other videos, and if you like what you see, you can support the channel by donating to my PayPal.
So, for Commodore Ty, live long and prosper all, and for now, until next time, the hailing frequencies are closed.